What is up, everybody? I am on the road getting ready to go to a hockey game tonight. The Carolina Hurricanes versus the LA Kings. Thank you to my brother-in-law Andy for the tickets. A bunch of people are actually getting to go to this game because he scored some seats, and he's bringing a slew of people. Last night, Monday Night Raw, Tino and I haven't done a show in a while, so I wanted to go ahead and give some quick thoughts. We may actually get together for an episode this week. If we do, we'll definitely go much more in depth. But I wanted to go ahead and really try to get myself back onto the YouTube thing and try to get people to actually take a look and listen to a couple of things that I have to say as I try to get myself back out there. And last night's Monday Night Raw, I actually tried to watch the entire thing from beginning to end. I didn't have the same problem I've had in a lot of the recent weeks, which is either inability to follow the entire program, or the other problem that I've had recently is I just fall asleep during it because it's just not interesting to me. The storylines are drab. The every character on it is just boring. I'm not interested at all in Seth Rollins' character as he gets ready to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I'm not interested in Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair, even though obviously this is the build-up to get Becky Lynch into the match and make it a three-way dance. However, last night I watched the show, and I wasn't put to sleep by it. That's not true. I was put to sleep by it right towards the end of the show, and then I woke up to see the main event moments. I find it really interesting that Raw has gone to a very let's finish the show with a female wrestling match and then a segment to build towards one of the storylines after the final match. Like, don't we want to see some sort of weird ending to a wrestling match as we go off the air? It used to be one of the big things that would make you tune in the next night or make you tune in the next week or whatever. And I haven't noticed that recently. I noticed that they seem to end it on a storyline moment, and it's boring and it's drab. Last night's wasn't nearly as boring or as drab, but let's go ahead and break some of the things down. We got to see Lio Rush's best match since coming to the WWE against Finn Balor in an Intercontinental title match that wasn't supposed to be, and of course was because they built it all around the Moment of Bliss show, which kind of felt like it was built around some Bruce Pritchard writing, and I say that because, well, Alexa Bliss sat there and said, if you show me your abs, I'll show you my, and then Lio Rush's music started. So the other side of that is you don't know what kind of character Alexa Bliss is supposed to be at this point, because she's supposed to be a heel from what we've seen and what we've heard of her character, even sitting there trying to interject herself into the women's championship WrestleMania now. But for whatever reason, just being a host, not a heel. She's truly not as entertaining as been in the past, and it's kind of disappointing because, as we all know, I'm a huge fan of her work in the ring. So there's that. The match though was solid. I love that they threw in an injury angle to Finn, which would have been the only way that the smaller gentleman, and saying that about someone facing Finn Balor means that he must really be small. I feel that really helped the storyline, and of course Lio and Bobby Lashley continue their story backstage of Bobby thinking that Leo's trying to turn on him, which down the road is going to turn into Lio Rush turning on Bobby Lashley, but I really don't see Lio Rush getting a 1-2-3 kid victory on Razor Ramon kind of thing. The was on this given night, considering how hard he had worked to get over for so many years. And it took one night for them, of him saying that he's cancer free, for him to be the most of, as a collective, was way over. But this was the biggest moment of Roman's career. He said he was going to ad-lib a little bit. It looked like he was given a script, but, at the same time, it kind of felt like it was the first time we saw Roman Reigns speak from the heart, which is awesome. We also got to see what I thought was a really telling moment of, Seth Rollins comes out to give him a hug, and there's no Dean Ambrose. And they've started this whole thing where Dean is, leaving or whatever, the WWE, but, at the same time, it seemed really odd that, they've kind of gone away from the Dean versus Seth angle, and the Dean as Bane angle, as a lot of people have been saying, and, here we are, Roman comes out, and Roman's not greeted by Dean, and then later in the night, you have Dean getting beaten up by Bobby Lashley, Elias, and Drew McIntyre. And it seems like it just was weird that, they come out to help him, but then they leave the ring and don't leave with him. And, you would have thought that if they're going to come out and help him out, that they're going to pick him up and carry him off too, or whatever. I don't know. The Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch angle, really liked the beginning of it, really liked the Becky Lynch part, really liked how she sat there and, screamed and cried that, why are you arresting me? They're the ones who robbed me. They're the ones you should be arresting. All those good lines. I mean, Becky is just at the top of her game right now. Although I feel like it's really odd to me that Ronda beat up all of those other WWE officials, and at the end, Finley's just patting her on the back, like don't worry, you'll get her, when we don't know if she'll get her, and why is Ronda allowed to sit there and beat all these people up and not get carted out in handcuffs, but, suspended Becky Lynch gets arrested for it? Like, at least Ronda should have been detained, suspended, and possibly stripped of the title anyway. That's just the way that's supposed to work. When you hit a WWE official, you can get suspended. And all of those people like Jamie Noble and Adam Pearce and all those guys that were out there are WWE officials. So, neither here nor there. It really did help the storyline, although it was really odd that Ronda laid the title down. Like, does this mean we don't have a women's champion now? Does that mean that they can sneak Ronda out of the WrestleMania match without having her wrestle or lose? I don't know. No matter how you look at it, though, they are really building Becky Lynch to be this generation's Stone Cold Steve Austin, and she's earned it. Steve Austin was fired by Eric Bischoff just a couple years before he became Stone Cold Steve Austin. When he came to WWE, he was the ringmaster. He had a short crew cut hairstyle, no goatee, and was packaged with the $1 Million Man because they didn't think he could talk. Lo and behold, they give him a microphone. He sits there, cuts his John 3:16 promo, and before you know it, Austin 3:16 blows up, and he gets to face Savio Vega at the very next pay-per-view, which is not exactly the way that history remembers it, if you think. So there's that too. Well, anyways, my thoughts on Raw, I'll sum it up like this. It kept me interested. It kept me watching. It makes me want to watch next week, interestingly enough, because, it had been a really long time since Monday Night Raw had me wanting to watch another episode. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. SmackDown has been interesting. It'll be interesting to have the contract signing between Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. I think we may get a Luke Harper sighting tonight. And I say that because Kofi Kingston's part of the New Day. So, of course, when you think about him being part of the New Day, Daniel Bryan's going to need someone watching his back, because obviously, as the chicken shit heel that he is, he's going to need some backup, and Eric Rowan will supply that. But will Eric Rowan be enough against the entire New Day? So there are my thoughts on that. It's going to be interesting. I still don't think that Kofi Kingston walks out of Fastlane with the WWE title, but I could be wrong there. I kind of hope I'm wrong there, but I still think that it may be way too soon to kill off this this new Daniel Bryan character that we've got going. So anyway, folks, I'm out of here. Adios. Have fun. You may see some Instagram photos of me at the hockey game. Might see some Facebook photos. And hope everybody has a good night. All right. Thank you.